Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, a decade ago, our next guest bought Julie a child's summer home in Provence, sight unseen. But that bold move paid off, inspiring a culinary school, a cooking show, and a new book. Here to share a delicious recipe from mostly French, we welcome author and instructor Makenna Held. Good to have you with us.
Hi.
We chatted when you were, we did a Zoom when you were in Paris, right?
Not in Paris, in Provence.
In Provence, sorry.
Yep,
sorry,
9
in
hours
Provence.
away. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Ew, that's a long ways away from Paris.
They're not
Wow.
that close. They're totally different climates.
Okay, so, and it was beautiful. The kitchen was
Thank
stunning.
you. Yeah, it is stunning.
What made you say, I'm going to buy Julia Child's old kitchen, old home?
You know,
like her summer home, I think it was.
Yeah,
right?
it was her summer home. It was her vacation home. It seemed like a good idea at the time, right? It was on the market and it was beautiful, and I fell in love with the shutters on the house, which have little heart cutouts in them.
Oh,
and I already had
adorable.
this kind of thing. I wanted to live in France, and so
Yeah.
it seemed like an easy way to get to France. It was not.
It was
But
not, no.
In theory,
Look
seemed
how
like an
cute.
easy way to get to
Yeah.
France.
Oh, wow. Your cookbook is just beautiful. Tell me about what we're going to make today. It involves salmon,
It
and
does.
we in the Northwest love our salmon.
It does,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm making a strawberry glazed salmon. That is what you're looking at right now. And it is one of my favorite recipes from the cookbook. It wasn't when I wrote it, but now that it is what I've been showing a lot and talking about a lot, and everybody's giving me rave reviews, it has become my favorite.
Okay.
So
because everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the perfect time of year for it because
Yes.
we've got strawberries in season, and cherry tomatoes are just starting to become available easily. They're pretty much available year round, but they're
Right.
starting to get tastier. So if you could do me a favor and start popping those greens off the strawberries.
Oh,
and
you
then
bet.
Cutting
I
them
can do
into
that.
small-ish chunks, about the same size as these quarters. The shape does not matter. You can get it
So do
there
you want it
however
like
you
this?
want. Yeah, and then
then
you
you
want to
wanna-
cut it into
okay.
that size.
Okay.
Yeah, and when you're done, you can pop it in that bowl I put
Gotcha.
right in front
I can
of you.
do that.
Awesome.
So now you've got a school,
I do.
and
Yes.
and what else?
I have multiple schools. So I have
my
the
God.
Courageous Cooking School, which is the core kind of thing we started, and now we run cooking schools around the world. And we also have an online school called Recipe Kick. And our mission
Wow.
at Recipe Kick is just to cook better. We want you to be able to have a sidekick to recipes and to kick recipes to the curb when you're ready.
What got you interested in cooking in the first place? Family?
No, yeah, a little bit. My family always cooked a lot. I will say that it didn't come really from my native family per se, because my dad worked at corporate Taco Bell when I was growing up. So
Now that sounds like a whole lot of fun for a lot of folks, though,
yes,
that you
I
would
still
have.
miss Taco Bell
Oh,
when I'm
that's funny.
overseas. I always say I miss Mexican food and Taco Bell.
Yeah,
because they're not
gotcha.
the same.
No.
But my mother always cooked, but she was simply, not badly, just simply, and
Okay.
it was living in France as an exchange student, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we
And
are
we are
making-
very familiar with salmon here. So
Yes,
one of
you
the
are.
biggest mistakes that people can make, of course, with salmon is overcooking it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We definitely want it to be less cooked than what we're often used to. I
Right.
think that people are always overcooking it.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I
Okay.
probably need to pop
Gra-
that out of the oven.
Sure, you can do that.
Yeah.
And then let's show a few of your other recipes that we have. Let's show a few pictures from the cookbook. Can we check one out? Tell me about this one.
That is my mixed chicories, and that is with fried capers and a really lovely anchovy dressing.
Ooh.
That's not too anchovy heavy. Even if you're listening and watching and going, oh gosh, I hate anchovy, you won't hate this, I promise.
Okay, okay. And
Yeah.
another, let's look. Oh, look at this.
That
This
is
spatchcock?
Yeah, double spatchcock chicken for when you have a big dinner party.
Oh, that looks good too. And let's try another one. And this one.
Awesome.
Can you see what this one is?
That is the warm brown rice salad. That is another really fun one. That is really about the beetroot in the brown rice. And you get it like this beautiful pink rice, and it has a lovely gochujang dressing, which makes it very much not French, right? Very much in
Right.
line with the title
But
of the
you've
book.
learned too that where you're located, there's a heavy Moroccan influence.
Heavy
right?
Moroccan influence. It's heavy Mediterranean, right?
Okay.
So when we think about Mediterranean cuisine, we often think just Italian or just French, and that's where Lebanese cuisine is from. That
Oh.
is where Moroccan, it's all on the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
So a lot of the ingredients are the same. They're just used in vastly different ways.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've cut up some.
Yep, you can take all that from me,
Yes. And what would you like me to do with
pop it in there, and I've got
Okay.
one more thing to slice, and then we're good to
Okay.
go to dress this baby.
All right, so the
So
chives.
in my recipe, it calls for cilantro or
tomatoes
basil.
too?
Yep.
Okay.
But I had chives lying around, so I did chives instead.
Oh,
Because, you know, that's the thing.
Right.
What? No need to, I just wanted something green and fresh, right? That's the whole purpose of cilantro and basil. So we still have it green and fresh, but I had chives on hand, so I used chives, and they were beautiful and had like the blossoms still attached, and like all of the basil was in clamshells. And I had these beautiful chives around, so I went that way instead.
okay, gotcha.
Awesome.
Okay. So
now,
you're dicing up a shallot.
yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna add that. Can you
Yes.
give that a stir? I'll give you a spoon.
Okay.
Here we go. And we need to give that a little squeeze of lime. In the cookbook, the recipe calls for chili flakes, Urfa Biber chili flakes, which are a fermented red chili that kind of turns black in its fermentation.
Okay.
And instead today, I have Calabrian chilies because I couldn't find Urfa at the grocery store.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now, the first time I've heard of either chili.
There you go.
Okay.
So the Calabrian are these beautiful red ones, so you can just take a scoop of that and throw that in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
let's
that?
salt
Okay.
that.
Gotcha. And what did you do to the salmon? Because you put it in the oven.
I put it in the oven and I covered it with a strawberry glaze.
Okay.
It's just strawberry, a little bit of coriander. Go ahead and mix that. And it's baked with the glaze on,
Okay.
which is very nice. I'm gonna pop that and use that too. Okay. I guess
Okay.
I'm gonna plate here.
Now what do we have here?
That is the strawberry glaze
Okay.
that's on top of the salmon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we
so
have a spatula? Just realized right here maybe?
Yeah, let me look.
might have
Let me look.
forgotten.
Go ahead. So we have a little bit of time left.
Awesome.
Okay. We
Perfect.
don't have any.
That's okay, great. I will
Sorry.
figure it out. No,
Okay.
it's fine. I'll figure it out. That is my fault. It got stuck to the
That's
bottom.
okay.
Yeah. We
We're
got
in
our
a regular,
salmon.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
Is there a lot of there's a lot of seafood in Provence, isn't there?
Oop, yes, there
Yeah.
is. A lot of Mediterranean seafood. So it's not the same seafood that you get out here. In fact, there's a ton of different things that you can only get there.
There we go.
Coming from off camera. Thank you. My fault. Here we
No
go.
worries, no worries.
We got our salmon.
Okay.
Yay.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Oh, that smells great. Okay.
Now let's put some of that on top.
Okay.
And then
This is gorgeous.
that is that.
Yeah.
It's a really simple recipe. It has the glaze mostly just to add another layer of flavor, because if you just have the salsa, you get just cold strawberries into it.
Yeah.
Put a little bit more.
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit more.
Yeah.
Make it pretty.
Okay.
Yeah. And I really like the warmth and the cool together to
Right.
make that difference.
Right. Oh my
Here you
God.
go.
Oh, I'll seal
It's
that.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ready to
gotta try.
go.
Oh my goodness.
This is the real thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the test.
Oh, see, it's hard to get everything in there.
I know it is.
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
That's great. That's great. I would have never thought to put a strawberry glaze on a salmon.
Strawberry is great on trout. Strawberry is great on salmon.
Wow.
Strawberry is great with like a salad. It's all really lovely.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
Yay, I'm
Okay.
so glad.
We're going to put the recipe on our website, but also check out Mostly French. Sorry about that. Makenna Held, thank you so much.
Spicy.
Yeah, there's a little spice there. All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.